Welcome to Akhand Vidyashram, the first institute of impeccable wisdom, the walking, talking encyclopedia, MAHA Kundalini, the descent of the Divine Mother. My mission, the impeccable wisdom, knowing which everything is fully known. My greatest discovery, Divyank, the divine design of nature with which the perfect objects are designed and created. Divyank is the reward of 60 years of integrated education. Impeccable wisdom is enlightening, and integrated knowledge is empowering. Let's continue from last video where I talked about the Atma, Atman, Antaratma, Kundalini, they are synonyms, and they are made of an inert matter. An ancient Indian definition of Atma, Atman, or Antaratma, or Paramatma is that Atma cannot be burnt, cut, dissolved, or destroyed. Atma is eternal, blissful, omniscient, omnipotent. If this description of Atma is crystal clear in ancient Indian wisdom, the scientific evidence, to the best of my knowledge, could be an inert matter cannot react, form compounds with other atoms, cannot be burnt, cannot be cut, cannot be dissolved, cannot be destroyed. So inert matter can be called indestructible and indestructible. So hence my understanding is clear. The soul is made of an inert matter. It is not a material, it is a material. And I am 100% convinced because I have experienced the beauty of not one soul within me, but two souls within my body itself. And this particular video is primarily to explain what is the Kundalini, Antaratma, the human soul, which is helium-4, which I have experienced, how I used it, and how I have made optimum use of to understand every aspect of human anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, psychology, and other things as far as personally concerned. But as far as the external world is concerned, I, with the help of Maha Kundalini or the Divine Mother, I've been able to understand complete solar system, at the same time right up to spiral galaxy, and this particular area as aspect I can call Brahmand, and Maha Kundalini is the center of Brahmand, whereas Atman is center of human consciousness. So let these two be very, very clear. And similarly, if you look at Gita also, Lord Krishna says very clear, I am Jivatma, I am Antaratma, I am Paramatma. Even Katha Upadesh is very clear of having two souls within the body. One is blissful and one who enjoys. From that angle also, I think all the ancient wisdom with these videos is becoming crystal clear that this is spiritual science, and we need to have every evidence which is mathematically conclusive. Only then we can say it is impeccable wisdom and nobody can find fault. But only problem is unless until individual is able to experience this Antaratma within the body, so Kundalini, and also experience the descent of Maha Kundalini within the body and use it to see the external world completely right up to spiral galaxy, which I have done, and the result of that is Divyan, the divine design of nature. And it's, if you call that as a macrocosmic universe, then my human body is microcosmic representation of that microcosmic universe. So as a result, I'm able to see myself completely and see the external world, and result of that is Divyan, the divine design of nature, and that is the impeccable wisdom as far as we are concerned on the earth to take care of every aspect of human body and of course entire world per se. From that angle, let's go to understand how nature actually has evolved from before the creation, during creation, and thereafter. Let's go to the next slide. Ancient Indian scriptures make it very clear. There was the darkness before the creations. And I've been saying, before the creations, the whole universe was filled with inert matter, and darkness can easily be understood when we say every inert matter, whether it's helium, neon, argon, these three things, let's understand. As you see in the picture, signboard of helium, nitrogen, argon would be dark because all the electrons are focused in the center to the protons and neutrons. Outside will not be there. But when you charge it, there is a collision or big bang happening within the signboard tube. Then you see all the lights and all the beauty of it. So from that angle, I'm very happy. Okay, darkness before the creation, which Vedas say and which say is a sense. Now let's go to the next stage. See, darkness I explained. Now the creation of the united universe, they say space was covered with darkness. Brihad Anikya Operation says the space was covered with death, Mrityu. And the answer, as I've been saying, the voice of silence is what I look forward to. My Guru is my soul. And according to the voice of silence of my Antaratma, greater universe started from Adi-Prashakti. And Adi-Prashakti has got shown with 18 arms. And it represents argan 40. Let's see the picture and confirm it. Now in this picture you can see Adi-Prashakti, ancient Indian symbolic representation. You can see only 18 arms. You don't see 19 or 17 or others. And I believe greater universe, Maha has 18 dimensions and there are 18 electrons and 18 protons and could be neutron which are 22. So this way again I do believe ancient said Adi-Prashakti is the source of all what is created in the entire universe. So I think this makes a lot of sense. Argon 40 is good, but xenon and krypton are unstable. As a result, I don't think sages could go beyond to xenon or krypton level. They restricted themselves to only argon 40, which is stable, which could also be formed within the body. Anyway, so this way ancient Indian wisdom making a sense to me, and I'm sharing this particular picture for the benefit of the people who are truly interested in spiritual science. What happened during creation of our universe? As I told you, greater universe came from argon 40. And the end product of argon 40 was neon 21. So according to the voice of silence, before the creation, our solar system, our spiral galaxy, which separated from Maha to Brahman level, it was filled with isomers of neon 21. As a result, there was darkness again. Everything was in dead matter. And then neon 21 collided to produce isomers of neon 22. And there was brilliant effulgence, the light, Prakash Matra alone. Now you can see neon 21 plus neon 21 led to form of neon 22. And with the time, they settled down to neon 20. This again, I'm 100% sure, I'm fully convinced that this is beautiful. But there is also one statement which says, after the creation of the universe, Lord Brahma, the Lord of creation, took rest for 1.5 years. Is it mystery, mythology, or there is a beauty? And in response to this question, my Atma did tell me, zygote, when it's formed after fertilization in the mother, ovum and sperm. After formation of zygote, there is no action for 1.5 days. Maybe 1.5 days of human life is equivalent to 1.5 years of universal life. 1.5 and 1.5. Is it coincidence? Or they were really enlightened? Is something which I would like to share with the world. And that is exactly what I have brought this picture once again to show this is what happened. What was there before creation, during creation and after the creation. After the creation of our solar system, now you can see neon 21, 22, then percentage of neon in the universe as on today is neon 20 is 90%, neon 21 is 1%, neon 22 is 9%. It cannot be a coincidence because this is how I see whole evolution, dissolution, and finally coming to involution. Adi-Prashakti is for greater universe or MAHA. As far as Brahmand is concerned, our spiral galaxy is concerned, it has 10.344 spirals, and I call that as a divine mother because we have our system, solar system has come from divine mother, which is goddess, and she is the one who helped me to understand external world right up to spiral galaxy perfectly, and as a result I was able to conceive, recognize and reveal Devyank for the first time in 2015. So Goddess Gayatri has 10 arms, is the second divine mother after Adi-Prashakti, which can be called the original first divine mother. And she created our Brahmand, the spiral galaxy, and Neon 20 came from the fission of Argon 40 is something which I have already spoken. So this was another beautiful and experience a descent of that divine mother or Goddess Gayatri is what I had a pleasure of experiencing that when I was very, very young. Now, third level is Aditi, Aditya and Aditi, which is the human soul, and helium-4. I have already described in detail. There is no need for me to go into detail. So at this juncture, I can only say helium-4 is Antaratma, and what I understand, what I have been told by my voice of silence is the ideal time for Antaratma or Kundalini to enter into the human body is the 22nd week of gestation when a growing fetus is developing in the mother's womb. And it enters through the head, Brahmandra, and takes charge and designs the whole physical structure, physiological structure and psychological structure of the child, ideal for the kind of spiritual experiences with which the child is born. Reincarnation theory there definitely. So in my opinion, I'm sure my Kundalini entered into my head when I was 22 years in mother's as a fetus, and as a result my entire physical body is developed as perfect as perfection could be. So as a result, conceiving Devyank was not at all difficult because I saw that in every part of my anatomy, physiology and biochemistry. Even at this age, I'm trying to be as perfect as I can talk of prevention of medicine, diseases. I can call curtailing the aging as well as reverse of aging based on my understanding of Devyank, and according to the help of that I've been able to achieve. And that is as far as helium-4 is concerned, and that has designed my body. Now I can produce the kind of things which I need. So from that point, it's very clear. The experienced entry of Antaratma or Kundalini was 22 weeks in my case, and I'm sure it should be the case of almost everyone. I do not want to make any comment on that. Now, is one thing. Now, experience of Kundalini Yoga was the result of my Kundalini within, which was used to sleep in Muladhara Chakra. When activated, Brahma Granthi, it could go Ida, Pingala and Sushumna Nadis, and then into the Antar within Sushumna Nadi to Vani Nadi, Surya Nadi, Chandra Nadi to Brahma Nadi and to the Vaikuntha is what I have experienced way back in 1993 itself. So bringing Kundalini and making optimum use of Kundalini to understand all the 10 chakras and understanding and taking it to Antar Yoga, which is again 10th stage of Akhand Yoga, I think it was with the help of Kundalini or helium-4. That is absolutely no doubt as far as my mind is concerned. My experiences go. But the descent of Divine Mother happened almost at the age when I was around 7 or 8 years young. And I still remember something, some spark from the top fell on me. I was lifted and then I was unconscious for some time. Then I regained consciousness. But I do make one thing very clear. Before that experience and after the experience, what did I experience? To the best of my knowledge, I had absolutely no idea about spirituality or anything for that matter. In quote, you can call me just like any other child. But after this particular experience of descent of MAHA Kundalini or the Divine Mother within my body, on my body, I did feel it triggered awakening of Kundalini within my body. As a result, higher centers became common. As a result, I could answer every mathematical question or any question automatically simultaneously. So from that angle, as a child, my academic career, which is exemplary, my professional career, which is exemplary, my academic teaching, guideship, scientist work is amazing. And then as a part of proof that I had experienced a Divine Mother or MAHA Kundalini, I have shown this particular EEG of mine where I can produce 8 Hertz frequency throughout the brain with eyes open and eyes closed anywhere and everywhere. To the best of my knowledge, no one in the world has been able to do that till date. This is one proof which is with the help of power spectrum analysis of my brain electrical activity. Incidentally, maybe I was made to do PhD research work just for this particular thing that I can show it. It has taken. That is one evidence. The second evidence that revelation of Divyank is by Divine Mother or Goddess Gayatri. Divyank is a proof of that because all the objects, right from spiral galaxy to the solar system to the human body, right up to DNA structure, everything is designed with Divyank only. So if I have been able to do, and I do believe it's the Divine Mother's grace or blessings or the guidance, I could do that. So this Divyank is one proof and this EEG is another proof to show that there is MAHA Kundalini which can descend and bring the transformation. But to the best of my knowledge, I haven't seen too many people talking about, rather no one has talked about descent of MAHA Kundalini. But almost very close statement has been made by Shri Aurobindo about descent of Mahashakti. And I'm sure he was also talking about MAHA Kundalini only. Only thing is, maybe he was not aware of Tantra Vidya to the extent that I have learned now. His descent of Mahashakti and my descent of MAHA Kundalini seem to make a sense. But I am also convinced that he had an experience of descent of Mahashakti or MAHA Kundalini because his book, Savitri, which talks about the dialogue in the heaven between Savitri and Dharmraj and get husband's soul released. Quote unquote, to great an extent, is the beauty of Divyank or my experiences. So that way I do believe that Shri Aurobindo was experienced, was in tune with universal consciousness. As a result, he could also give the integral yoga on which modern definition of health by World Health Organization is also. He was the first person who talked about perfect physical health, perfect emotional health, mental health, spiritual integration, etc., etc. So it's not coincident, and he spoke maybe almost 100 years ago. It's recorded, and I think I would say he called it descent of Mahashakti, and I call it descent of MAHA Kundalini, because I do believe Kundalini is inert matter, and both helium, this is neon 21 or 22 or 20. So I think from that angle, I think it makes a lot of sense that science and spirituality go hand in hand. Now, this particular picture you have been seeing, and I've been telling you also, this step by step is going up, and how Antar Yoga and Kundalini should come right into the ventricles after Brahmandra through the central canal and then integrate. And that Kundalini Yoga or Antar Yoga or Akhand Yoga can make you understand perfect anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, and psychology, so that I, as an individual, or the person who's following Akhand Yoga, can be perfectly healthy, wealthy, wise, and happy. But if you're looking for external world, higher spiritual world, I think descent of Maha Kundalini or Mahashakti or neon 21 or 22 or 20 is absolutely essential to use that as a vehicle to go up. And I still believe that is also like a flow chart, right up to from Turyatitam. You can use that as a vehicle to get connected with core of spiral galaxy or Brahmand. And I'm sure maybe at a later, after finishing all that, my next attempt will be to go to greater universe, Maha Brahmand, with the help of organ 20, organ 40, and bring down any change, any difference in the mathematical design used in the higher thing, which no one is aware of it. We haven't thought about it. Maybe that could be the next venture after finishing all these videos. From that, I'm glad that I've been able to share my experience with the scientific evidence, so the people should say ancient Indian wisdom by sages in Vedas and Upanishads and other scriptures were phenomenal. It was much more scientific than what the science knows today. And it is mathematics of divine nature was hidden, cryptic form, in stories in Vedas and Upanishads. I've been able to decode and bring this. I think I feel blessed that I'm doing my bit now. It's up to people to make optimum use of these videos, listen to this music, bring the transformation, and then use this knowledge to experiment, because without proper theoretical knowledge, we can't do any experiment and be in tune with the universe. From that, I do feel my dharma is being fulfilled. My karma is being fulfilled. The prime objective of my janma is that of getting fulfilled. So, once again, thank you very much. We'll wait for the next